hear a rumbling noise outside. You look out of your kitchen window and see that the sky is dark and there's a huge cloud of dust coming right towards your house. You do what you can to protect yourself, but your efforts aren't enough to stop the dust from affecting you and your family during these horrible storms known as the Dust Bowl. Although many of you have probably heard of the Dust Bowl, you may not be aware of the full impact it had on your ancestors and people living in America during its time. The Dust Bowl affected thousands of families. A few months ago, I realized I didn't know very much about the Dust Bowl, so I decided to research it. I found that this time in history was more interesting than I thought it was. Today, I'm going to talk about what the Dust Bowl was, what caused the Dust Bowl, and the solution to end the Dust Bowl. The Dust Bowl was a series of dust storms in the 1930s. It took place in parts of Oklahoma, Kansas, Texas, New Mexico, and Colorado. It affected 100 million acres of land. These states were part of an area called the Great American Desert. Many people did not want to settle in these states because they lacked water and trees. After the Civil War, however, farmers settled there and planted crops. They believed that rain would come. From 1900 to 1920, the amount of farmland doubled, and from 1925 to 1930, the amount of farmland tripled. Overplowing caused the dust storms. Plowing the land caused the natural grasses to vanish. These grasses held the soil in place as well as maintained moisture. The topsoil then blew away, turning into dust storms. During the 1930s, there was 15 to 25% less rain than normal. It was a combination of less rain and poor cultivating practices that caused these dust storms. These severe dust storms were called black blizzards. The worst of these blizzards occurred on April 14, 1935, and is now referred to as Black Sunday. It is estimated that 3 million tons of topsoil blew off the Great Plains on this day. During the Dust Bowl, in just Oklahoma alone, 440,000 people migrated to other areas. From 1935 to 1940, 250,000 people migrated from Oklahoma to California. These migrants were called Okies. The term Okie was used when referring to any Dust Bowl migrant, no matter where they were from. The Dust Bowl was becoming a big problem, and a solution needed to be found. Several efforts were made to end the Dust Bowl. From Texas to Canada, the Civilian Conservation Corps planted 200 million trees to block the wind and to hold the soil in place. Farmers were taught soil conservation techniques such as contour plowing and crop rotation. In some cases, the government paid farmers $1 an acre to practice one of these techniques. By the end of the 1930s, the amount of blowing dust had been reduced by 65%. Today I have talked about what the Dust Bowl was, what caused the Dust Bowl, and how a solution to end the Dust Bowl was found. The Dust Bowl affected thousands of families, possibly even some of your relatives. Everyone came together during this horrifying time to find a solution, and today, better farming techniques are used because of it. Thank you.